You are listening to an all-new episode of the Model Experience podcast, live from the Model House.
The Model Experience is the #1 resource for models. Real models, real stories, real resources.
Visit themodelexperience.net to learn more and be sure to follow us on Instagram at The Model Experience.
A lot of people think that they're going to miss out on opportunities. Like, I used to be
Yep.
scared to go home to Texas because when I go home, I would get an audition. When I'm here, I don't get one.
Exactly.
So,
But you did that break.
Every time.
Right,
Every time.
But, you know, I neglected so much of my life. And that's another thing that I'm sure we can all relate to. Like, you know, it was so many growing parts that I needed. And I was out here in LA trying to figure out, and I neglected a lot of my personal life when it came down to
But not your skincare.
Never the skincare, baby.
Listen,
Never.
I always moisturize, even if I was, you know, neglecting my personal life. Always.
Was greased up.
Yes, always.
So what advice would you give to like your 20-year-old self that was in the prime? In the prime of modeling?
I was going to say, he's still in his prime, baby.
Yeah, she had to go into the modeling part.
Sorry, I used to have a shaved head, but you know, today I'm
I
looking
don't want to let it out.
God, it looks so smooth.
But
That's that butter, baby.
She'll tell you it's usually very,
That's that butter, baby.
you know, it goes everywhere. And I mean that. But 20-year-old self, for real, I mean, I guess, look, none of us would be here if things were to change. You know, I would just stay focused, get more focused, you know. But what can you tell a 20-year-old? What can you tell your 20-year-old self? I didn't want to hear anything from nobody.
True.
I thought I knew it all. I was running around here in my little Mustang, in my loft in North Hollywood. I was fresh off a reality show. It was nothing that you could, it was only things that I had to learn and fall on my face, okay? In this 10-year process that I've been here. I mean, I failed like more times than I can even think. But they've always helped me, like, and it's been some hard falls.
Right.
So failure is okay.
Oh, it's necessary.
I think some of the
So
successful
necessary.
people have said that.
You have to have it.
You know what? What do you think about this? I would say to my 20-year-old self, I'm over 21 now, but I would say to my 20-year-old self, you know what? You're stepping into a very grown industry. You're stepping into an industry where it doesn't matter if you're 7 or 70.
Yeah.
It has to be consistent and professional across the board.
And real, you'd have been like, I'm grown.
Right.
Oh yeah, no.
Right.
Mom, if you're listening, I know you're like, yes, I tried telling her.
You're like, I got this, I know what I'm doing.
Oh, I thought I was so grown. And then I made, really stupid mistakes that could have been avoided if I knew, like, you know what, this is a grown industry. You need to be an adult no matter what age you are.
Yeah.
You have to understand that.
Yeah.
But also keep, the kid at heart too, because if you're 13 years old and you become this, huge actor, huge model, when the cameras and the lights shut off, you have to go back to living your normal life.
Yeah.
So, it's grounding yourself and realizing, like, this is an adult industry, but I'm still a child, or I'm still at this phase in my life.
Right.
Does that make sense? Would you agree?
I mean, I would agree. I feel like, I would, at that age, I didn't know what felt real and what didn't.
Right.
I was running around here and everything was so accessible to me.
Yeah, when Hollywood is like your playground.
It's a fine line between
different.
reality and real life and knowing the difference.
Yeah, I've been seeing Lamaya out for a long time. Okay.
But
You know.
the good girls was, we was hot girls back we were dating.
Actually, I have to say this. One of the first parties that I went to out here, oh my God, it was like you, your sister, Hazel. Like, it was like at this club in Hollywood. It was like one of these, they used to be out here. And, I will say it was refreshing to see you and your sister and how y'all handled yourself too, because it gave me something to look up to, because I was young, and then you would see certain people out here, then you see certain people that's, not together, but y'all always kept it together.
I appreciate
Not
that.
everybody in your crew, but y'all. Y'all did. Y'all kept it together.
No, I think it's starting in the industry so early, like we did, and kind of like you said, we had people that we saw as well in the industry. We saw them out and around.
Right.
But they also kind of kept themselves, together.
Yeah,
but it is a hard road. Being that young and being that successful as he had at 20 years old, coming from that show, it's really hard to stay focused.
Yeah, you have everyone trying to take you out, give you
everything for you, give you things. Yeah, so
and the internet at that time was like very bloggy.
Dial up.
And that was oh my gosh.
That was a whole other thing.
The sad thing is, you guys can like forget your 20 and 21. And I was telling my assistant, because I asked her not to watch College Hill, and I told her because I said, you don't, like, would you want somebody to see you at 20 and 21 in college? And I mean, like, everything is on Google, everything is there, and so, like, I'm like, damn, if I could, I wish I could have said that. Don't do that on the internet, or like, don't do
now
that
you might have listened to. You might have caught on to that one. That's actually really good. Like, don't do nothing that you don't want to be seen forever.
Yeah, because it's out there.
And I could have accepted that at 20 at that age.
Yeah.
I'll still take that advice.
You're right.
Well, now it's pretty damn obvious.
But I think I fed the beast though too, because I realized that I did have a platform at that time, and I was like, well, okay, you guys want to take my picture, and so I fed into it as well. And now I set up myself to be like this socialite in my early 20s, okay, and I was rolling with everybody, okay. I mean, I was getting paid to party and do all these different things, and now when I have to go do it, like I have to host a party on Friday night, I'm like, oh my God, I'm not that person anymore. It's hard to keep up. I don't have it in me. Like, I'm just not that person anymore. So to keep that persona up sometimes can be a little bit exhausting, but it's up to you to change gears on how
that's part of acting.
You're right.
Reinventing yourself. You always have to reinvent
Speaking
yourself.
of acting, you do have a show coming up, right? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
So in the cut, we're on our 5th season. Airs July the 15th.
Wow.
Yes, I'm so proud of it. And
most shows do not get to 5 seasons.
No, I know.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Look, I was very shocked that the show. Look, we shot this show in like 2014, the pilot. I didn't hear back about it until like a year and a half later.
Which is crazy. Yeah, sometimes it's like that.
Like my agent called and was like, that show, it's on this network, Bounce. I'm like, what's Bounce? I had no idea what it was. And then 5 years later, it's turned into a big show. It's myself, Dorion Wilson from the Parkers, Kalita Smith from the Bernie Mac Show, John Marshall Jones from Smart Guy.
Yes.
We get so many great guest stars and stuff. You got to come on the show.
I know.
I'm inviting. Oh yeah, you did do Family Time. Okay, so you need to come on in the cut.
Funny.
You should actually like play my homegirl in the shop and like, cause I need some.
You need it, and I'm gonna be dropping the baby soon, so you make sure you drop that.
When you drop that baby,
off the baby.
Let me say it.
You go back in October.
4 weeks, 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
drop the baby. You're gonna drop the baby like an album?
No. I'm saying
Like an album,
I'm saying this on here. We got to get her on the show. We're gonna make that happen.
Sure.
See, look at that. This is called networking.
Yes,
In
let them
person.
watch it. But we go back for our 6th season in October, so I'm excited about it.
Yes.
The character was like. My character had like a few lines at the beginning, and then I kind of developed it.
I love it.
And it has turned into something, and so
What kind of character is it?
So I
made a good point. Go ahead.
No, you want to go?
Well, you developed it. A lot of people don't understand that they can turn these opportunities into more.
Yes.
If you really dive into something.
Yes.
And you start to
Great point. Yeah.
You can go from an extra to an upgrade real quick.
Absolutely. I've seen it happen. And,
I've seen it happen.
Get upgraded, baby.
When we first started the
Principal
show,
roles.
it was me and Jack K. Harry. And so it was, I don't want to step on any toes. And then it's so funny that you just said that, because this last season going into it, to be honest, I felt like I had outgrown the character.
Wow.
And so I went home like after the first day of shooting. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I didn't think I had it in me. I was like, I can't do it. I've been through life experiences since the last time. We shoot it once a year, so many things happen in a year. And so I started playing this character at 25. I'm 31 now, because it takes that much time for things to happen. And I just couldn't connect to it. And I said to myself, all right, look. You didn't outgrow the character. You need to grow the character.
That's
so
Perspective.
I mean, but you have to. You are, as an actor, as a performer, you have the opportunity to make it what you want. And so I just elevated him. I went to
The
wardrobe.
analogy I could give is like a model not liking their look on the runway.
Right.
And it's like you could fold.
Yeah.
Or you can rock the shit out of that.
Hell yeah! You know how many outfits I've worn?
It's your personality that you bring
That's
to
great
it.
advice.
to what you were saying, I play a very flamboyant gay hairstylist. And one thing about me was when I got the role, I actually didn't audition for that role first. I auditioned for something else, but I saw that role and I was like, well, I can do this. And I just went in, I low-key channeled Wendy Williams. I was like, how you doing? But Bentley Kyle Evans, he created, these characters like Shanae and all those people, so I trusted him with it. And the character was not written how I was supposed to play it. And I went to him the first day of rehearsal and I asked him, could I play it differently? And he said, do whatever you want. And I love him for that.
Yeah, he's great.
He's like that, he's old school like that. And because they wanted me to play this character with like a track in his hair and all this. And I found that is not the representation of like what I saw from like gay men or like gay women. I didn't want them to be put into a box. And so I also didn't realize that I was taking on a responsibility at that time from, a group or a community of people to play the character with dignity and not to embarrass that
that's
community.
a whole nother element.
Yeah. I didn't want people to think that I was a mockery.
Right.
So,
And these are all important things. I think what we're hearing, when people say they want to set out to be a model or an actor, this and that, the whole thing behind every successful person that we've had on our podcast, they find purpose behind what they're doing. They find a reason outside of just doing the art of modeling, doing the art of acting, looking good, and I think this is something that we really have to get across to our listeners. Know what you're doing it for. Find a reason to love yourself in what you're doing, not just what you're doing. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, purpose is everything, and we lose it sometimes. I recently, my juice was running low, and I said, okay, just like you said earlier, you need to recharge. I'm in that space right now of recharging while I can. And I was telling my therapist the other day,
That's right, because ain't nothing wrong with having
let me tell you something. If you are in this business,
you don't need a therapist.
I advise you to speak to an outside source, because it's so full of rejection and it can feel small. Personal. And if everything feels personal, you looking at somebody else, everything feels, why not me? Why, and it's important to talk those things out to have value within self, because sometimes, especially if you from where, like, we're not from here, you have your family here, you have yours. It was some lonely times, and I had a million friends, and it was like, what is this thing out here? Like, what is this? I don't feel fulfilled with all it is, because
you're banking so much on your looks too. Right. So if you take that away, if someone rips that away from you, like you don't have the look, it's like, well, that's all I have. Like if you don't find the purpose.
Exactly.
Well, that also, I actually found my purpose in something like that, because I had a really bad fight like maybe 6 years ago. I was assaulted outside of a club in Hollywood, which is one of the moments that woke me up. Do you remember that?
Wow. Yeah.
And it was the first time ever I felt ugly. So, like, for months, like, the doctor was like, your face is not going to heal back right. So for months I had to like do this. I literally couldn't even brush my teeth because I couldn't look. I brushed my teeth with the lights off because I couldn't look in the mirror. But I was so in vain. Okay, I was so vanity driven. And then that particular instance allowed me to see self for the first time in a long time, which is very necessary. And it also allowed me to know what it felt like to not feel your best self, because I had been given things off of my looks. And, I was taking things from my looks. And, also with butter, one of the things that helped me was with the shea butter. It helped me heal. But also, I was just like, I want people to feel good. Like, because I know what it's like to feel ugly. I went to Menchie's one day across the street from my house to get some yogurt. And this little girl, like, she was mortified at my face. And I was like,
you were just
me?
Dorion.
The runway nigga.
No,
so I was, I needed to feel unattractive. To instill what I'm instilling on people in butter. Otherwise, I don't know if I would have as much purpose behind it either.
Yeah, I feel like things that happen in your life are your testimony. Sometimes you do have that, why me? Why did this happen to me? And it's important to turn those things into, how can I help somebody else with what has happened to me? So, I think this is great. Like, honestly, I'm really proud of you for real. And just how much growth you've had in these years. And, how much you've turned, those type of traumatic incidences and those rejections into success, into your own thing. So I'm really, really happy and proud of you.
Yeah, this is amazing. Congratulations.
You too, girl.
So all of our models, go check out Butt Up by Dorion Renaud.
Check it out. And you know what? Look, we'll do this. Since you guys are out there listening and we want to do this, we'll go give 3 kiss away. So
are we getting the model experience?
Y'all gonna get that. Y'all get y'all
We'll put a giveaway together.
We'll put a giveaway together and we'll give 3 kiss away. So people can glove up.
Yes, we love it.
To the community.
Before we wrap, there's one question that we ask all of our guests.
Yes.
And I have to ask you, do you have any on-camera tips for our listeners?
Oh, on-camera tips. Don't give a fuck and be because actually when I stopped caring as much, when I walked into the rooms, I started booking, and also when I started walking into meetings as myself and not my representative, and saying what I really wanted and what I wanted to do, they either could say yes or no, but they're gonna say yes or no anyway. So yeah, that's it.
That's awesome.
Stop caring. Yeah.
Be true to yourself.
Yeah.
Be authentic.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all for having me.
It was so good having you.
Tell our listeners where they can find you on Instagram.
At Dorion Renaud, DorionRenaud, and then you can go to our at Butterskin page, butterskin.com, and then
spell it because they need to know how to spell it right.
Butterskin, BUTTAHSKIN, and then In the Cup will be airing every Monday through October, starting on July the 15th. So check
What's
it
the
out.
network again?
On Bounce TV.
Bounce TV.
Yeah. Oh, and I have some stuff. Yahoo Play.
Yes.
Host for Yahoo Play. So check out a couple of shows I'm doing on there.
I know, because he's going to be giving the fashion summer tips for men.
All kind of tips. We're going to be doing interviews with celebrities. It's going to be cool.
You gotta come to our show too if you're in town. Our fashion show.
I heard about it.
We're going to tell you. We're going to give you the inside scoop on it.
Well, thank you for having me, ladies.
Thank you so much. And we'll see you next time.
See you next time, guys.
If you're a new model looking to take your career and portfolio to the next level, visit themodelexperience.net.